Welcome back, folks. You're watching Cape Rugby TV. Nice to have you along. Right, of course, as you know, we keep talking about club rugby, but of course the extensions around that as well. And of course, a lot of players getting into the under-20 side at the moment. Now the under-20s, of course, got their first match started against the Leopards about 10 days ago or so. And this weekend they travel to the Eastern Cape, where they take on Eastern Province in Gwebera, back on the park. And we go behind the scenes again to find out how they're doing and catch up with the players.
No, 100%. It's nice that we had players coming back from a highly competitive competition. I think that just it raises the standards in the group, and to have them come back in, and there's leadership that has been shown from guys that were with people who have played longer than us. So just everyone coming back together was quite nice. I think the competition is very healthy. There's no hard feelings in this team, and I think it helps us a lot because guys get pushed to better standards every practice, and that competitiveness it will show on the field eventually. Our first result wasn't quite where we wanted it to be, but I mean, with time that competitiveness will pay off. No, 100%. I think also makes you appreciate playing age group rugby again, because eventually it does finish. So learning from the older guys, small things, small tips, and then trying to influence them on the team or do them myself, I think was very valuable for me. So every time I'm there, I pick up something new. I think it's a new challenge playing away from home as our group, and yeah, the first result wasn't what we wanted, as I've said. So this is time to get something back and put out a statement there for our team, because at the end of the day we do have the substance to win this competition. I think we will. Yeah, they've given us, we've got the perfect platform in terms of training facilities and coaches, and it's very relatable to have a coach that's played at a higher level, that played where you want to play, so you can always take something, a leaf out their book, and then yeah, they've given us the platform, and we the guys just have to go show it on the field.
Ja, maar ek was blij om te hoor ons kan 'n bietjie oefen. Ek meen dit was 'n baie lang tyd wat ons saam geoefen het as 'n groep. En om teen die S120 te gaan het ons nogals dit ingesit en hard gewerk, ure agter dit gesit. Die tyd gemaak om daar uit te kom en ons studies laat stil staan vir dit, want ons wil graag bietjie speel. So ja, dit was lekker om te hoor van ons gaan oefen saam mekaar by die HPC. Ja, ek onthou nog die dag, ons kom almal aan en ons het teen Boland gaan speel. Dus daar was 60 mense, hulle het 2 spanne klaar uitgepak, ons dis nou die reg ons gaan nou speel. So dit was lekker, dit was 'n groot skok geweest, maar ek het uitgesien vir die challenge toe almal terugkom, en dit was lekker geweest om saam almal weer te oefen. Dit is altyd lekker om soos diepte te hê, want dan kan julle mekaar toets en julle kan mekaar opbou en soos mekaar help om daai stapie verder te vat. Ja, dit is lekker om kompetisie te hê en soos om te sien waar jy staan in die groep. En dit is altyd lekker om te werk soos teen mekaar, en dan na die tyd dan skud ons mekaar se hande en sê goeiedag, lekker dag gehad. Ja, jy sien, ek onthou dit nog toe ons daar opdraf toe sien ek is maar hierdie man lyk oud en hulle kom net van die werk af en hulle gou teen ons. Maar dit was baie taaf geweest. Maar die physicality was lekker geweest. Ek onthou nog al eerste tackle. Dit was hard, ek het gevoel asof ek nog 'n bietjie moet oefen, maar het was baie lekker geweest en ek het baie geniet om teen ou ouens te speel. Ja, nee, ons sien baie uit. Dit gaan 'n goeie kompetisie wees. Veral daar in die Wanderige City, soos hulle dit noem. En ek sien uit om bietjie te jol. Ek dink dit gaan lekker wees teen hulle. Goeie kompetisie. Hulle was unlucky geweest hulle 2 vorige games. Maar ons sal sien hoe dit gaan hierdie naweek en hopelik kan ons die wen deurtrek.
Ja, ek dink dit het definitief baie goed gegaan tot en nou toe. Ons het in die agterlyn 'n hele paar beserings gehad wat daarom nie so lekker is nie, maar van die manne kom weer terug nou, en ja, die span is regtig reg vir die naweek wat ons nou teen EP speel. En ek dink ons het regtig goeie voorbereiding gedoen vir die game. Die definitief, ja, kompetisie het definitief hier beter geraak, maar ek dink ook verskillende ouens van verskillende universiteite bring ietsie nuuts na die tafel toe wat regtig, jy kan iets leer van hierdie van ou wat dalk van van maties afkom of ou wat UCT of UWC. So definitief leer van mekaar af, maar ook lekker kompetisie, maar daai kompetisie is goed vir mekaar, ons trek mekaar lekker in ons posisies. Regtig as ons ken mekaar al van 'n lang tyd, so wat jy ook deur die jare ook teen mekaar gespeel het, so jy weet ook al 'n bietjie wat is hierdie ou goed in en wat doen hierdie ou goed, so hoe kan jy van hom af speel en hoe, ja, so definitief het help regtig baie dat ons al voorheen saam gespeel het of teen mekaar gespeel het. Ja, as jy dink, as jy teen sulke groot ouens speel wat ouens wat al 'n bietjie groter en ouer as jy is, as jy dan kry baie confidence as jy teen hulle speel, as jy daai groot tackle moet maak of jy moet daai run maak, dan kry jy baie meer confidence en as jy teen mense dan van jou eie ouderdomsgroep speel, dan gaan jy outomaties meer met confidence in die game en ja, dis so definitief die leiperde kon ons baie goed uit die wedstryd uitvat, goeters waarop ons kan beter raak. Lynstane waar ons kan werk, agterlyn wat bietjie meer kan werk om space te attack. So daar regtig goeters wat ons kan aan werk en eintlik baie opgewonde om dit nou te kan gaan implementeer teen EP die naweek. Ek dink is 'n goeie toets wees vir ons om beter te raak.
Yeah, I mean, especially like guys that's in the Cape for rugby, like in Cape Town, that came to Cape Town to play rugby. I mean, we're here to play rugby, so without that, life is quite boring, you know, like there's nothing much to do but just stay fit and in the gym. Yeah, definitely, and that built on experience-wise as well. So like over there you're training with guys that's 25, 24 years old, have a lot of experience in the game, and now coming to the under-20s, you can bring some of that experience here as well. Obviously very exciting, like if you play for other provinces, Western Province is one of the team you look up to, and you always like as a dream to play in the Western Province jersey, so being in that actual situation is much different as like a dream come true. Yeah, it was unreal, like as obviously you watch a lot of games being played at Newland and you tell yourself like you also want to be in that position one day to be playing there, and yeah, obviously just a wonderful experience. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, like considering like testing of combinations as well. Seeing as it was our first game, like there's a lot of combinations to test. Our first game as a team together. So obviously a lot to improve on. The fortunate thing for us is we have a lot to work on. At least we came there with a draw, not a loss. But obviously in our books that's a loss. At least we have an opportunity to work on things and moving on to the next game. So yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think every week is like a good build up to the game. And it's just like I personally think it's like what we make out of it. If your mind is ready for the game, if you put yourself in the game situation, the other conditions like traveling and the weather won't play a big factor in your game, but the game itself. Thinking of the fact that we are like under 20s as well, and we still have a lot to learn, and obviously having them as mentors and role models to us juniors, is like I take that as a motivation as positive, because you have something to look forward to. Hearing their stories, them sharing their stories, just gives you like thrills and making you want to be in like the Springbok jersey, Western Province senior jersey. So yeah, I just take that a lot as motivation and pushing myself extra while at training.
And the 20s then getting ready for action. Fantastic stuff. Great to see the guys always keen to chat with us. And of course, this weekend it's off to Guabera, where they take on Eastern Cape. So that's great stuff. Right, folks. Well, of course, as you know, on a weekly basis, we take a look at what's happening at MChem 24-hour pharmacy. And of course, as you know, it's the flu season, and so of course we normally speak to the experts at MChem to find out more about flu vaccination, and they'll tell you that there are a number of high-risk categories such as pregnant women, the elderly, and of course young children. And according to the Center for Disease Control, young children, at least children that are younger than 5 years old, especially those younger than 2, are at a high risk of developing serious flu-related complications. A flu vaccine, of course, offers the best defense against flu and its potentially serious consequences, and can also reduce the spread of flu to others. Now, getting vaccinated has been shown to reduce flu illnesses, doctor's visits, missed work, and of course school days, and reduces the risk of flu-related hospitalization and death in children. And that, of course, that by preventing and reducing the severity of the illness associated with flu will, of course, ease the burden on patients and the country's healthcare system. Now, of course, you can get your flu vaccine at MChem 24-hour pharmacy clinics anytime from 8 a.m. in the morning until 8 p.m. in the evening every day of the week, Monday to Sunday. No appointment needed. Of course, MChem is always open and just for you. And incidentally, I was at MChem in this week, and the COVID vaccinations are happening also at MChem, as well as testing for those of you that are interested. MChem is, of course, on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. You simply need to look for this building that you see behind me now to find the venue. And, of course, open 24/7. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we carry on talking about club rugby. Back in a sec.